Hey Void, how are you doing? So, keeping up my pace and hoping to keep on it because I did do a count on how many movies I'm behind on reviewing, and it's over 50. Yeah, I watch a lot of movies, so taking 2 months off when I was already a little bit behind, not smart. So, I'm still playing catch up, and probably will be playing catch up for months. But so far, I'm at least outpacing how quickly I'm watching things, so hopefully that keeps up. Well, the film, here's one that I actually been really looking forward to seeing and was trying to see. I was looking for it on streaming, couldn't find it, I didn't get a chance to get out to it in theaters, but finally tracked down a copy of Terrifier 2. I say finally as if I didn't do this months ago. But, well, Terrifier 2 is something I've been looking forward to because I was a fan of the original Terrifier. I talked about in my review that it was a very divisive film and it was either a love it or hate it kind of thing, and I really liked it. Now, Terrifier 2 was usually more well liked than Terrifier, and was generally very well regarded. That said, Terrifier 2 is 2.5 hours, so I also knew I was going to be kind of in for it. Well, I liked it. Don't get me wrong. Didn't like it as much as I was hoping to, because I was ready to sit down and give this one a 10 out of 10. I'm not giving it that. It's not perfect. But it is enjoyable. Okay, so Terrifier 2, the plot itself, I'm struggling to remember a little bit, just because it's been a little while. And it didn't stick with me all that much. Sequences, sure, stuck with me. Well, first off, it picks up right at the end of the Terrifier, with Art going to the laundromat after waking up and to clean up his clothes. But you also see him interacting with what looks like a demonic clown girl that's younger. But apparently only he can see this young girl. Interesting. Sure. I'm down, and she is creepy as hell. Well, flashes forward to a year later, years later, can't remember. I think it was at least a year later because it's the next Halloween, and Art the Clown has now kind of become a bit of a legend because of what happened. But we focus on a young girl who's does this actually say her name? It doesn't. Anyway, a girl who's got a strange connection with Art the Clown as, Sienna. Her name's Sienna. So, Sienna and her younger brother Jonathan are the main focus here. Now, she's building this Valkyrie-looking costume for Halloween based on a design that her father did, because as he designed this character for her, so she's now trying to build it because her father recently passed away after drawing some very disturbing materials and almost seemed to predict his death. But one of the things he drew was Art the Clown. And now she's starting to dream about him, and her younger brother is starting to see him around, as well as wanting to dress up as him. That's a little twisted. Anyway, Art begins kind of following her throughout the day, but Halloween stores, trick-or-treating her house, and just seeming to creepily stalk her, and also her seeing him out the window at school, I believe. Anyway, she's getting increasingly creeped out by this guy, until finally he attacks her at a Halloween party, kidnapping her brother, and luring her away, and comes down to a kind of a face-off with her trying to fight back against this demonic clown. And there are some other weirdities, like her physically descending into what looks like hell, and which turns into the same dream sequence she did before, which was like this television show for Art. Or it's like, it was like doing a kids show with a very catchy song. But It's very bloody, it's very over the top, and some of the scenes are definitely as twisted, if not more so, than the original Terrifier. Particularly one girl who's the friend of Sienna, just trying to get away from him, and it's pretty horrific, the condition he leaves her in, but we're used to that for Terrifier films. The gore in this is top-notch, and there's a lot to like here. Art's kills are still graphic as hell, and Art himself is still steals every scene he is in with his antics. Just him playing around with the glasses at the Spencers, essentially, is... There's a lot of fun scenes with him. Especially as he's just creeping these people out just with his mime clown antics. The little girl clown character adds a weird level backstory that it seems to be hinting at, but still not wanting to explain. Because there seems to be reports of her and this girl going missing, or that was shown in some newspapers. I think her and someone else. So it seems to be almost hinting at some backstory elements, but it doesn't quite explain them yet. But Damien Leone has indicated that he does want to do another one, so it does sound like more is coming on that backstory. But we're starting to see something here. Also, there's some weird ritual that's done at the end, which essentially is reviving Art in a very twisted way. But again, fascinating. Well, that said, it is too damn long. This did not need to be as long as it was. And a lot could be tightened up in here. It's serviceable, but it does feel its length. Also, I don't know if it was just my play or my experience with it, but this is my first actual 4K Ultra HD. But the movie itself, I think, is deliberately looking a little gritty. Either that or my HDMI cable is just not handling it. Could be. I'm not an expert. But, essentially, when I went out to look for this one, I kept not finding it, but finally found this is the last copy at the Best Buy. But I had just recently gotten a PS5, so hey, I can work with it. Alright. So for me, I wanted to give this one a 8, 9, 10. Can't quite do that. There's still a lot to like here. If you got an afternoon to kill, Terrifier 2 is definitely worth seeing. Especially if you're a gore hound, or just... If you enjoyed Art's antics, it's good there. And this one does tighten up a lot of things that people didn't care for in the first one. The story flows a lot better, because the first one did have some bait and switch antics that some people just didn't like. But this one does better with having a solid main lead girl that's fighting back and sticks with her a lot longer. For me, it's a 7 MacGuffins. It's definitely worthwhile. And Art the Clown's really a love him or hate him character. I love the guy. I do want to see more Terrifier films. I've been following him since All Hallows Eve. I even watched All Hallows Eve 2, which I gave an abysmal review to because, well, Art the Clown wasn't in it for one. And two, the rest of it just was trying to capture the magic that was just gone. The Terrifier films are still working for me. So, if you got a lot of time to kill, give it a go. Alright, boy. Catch you later.